everyone, this is Gayatri. Welcome you all to Bioschool. Today I am with one of the important topic from genetics, that is probability. Please do watch the video till the end. Definitely you are going to get a clear concept about probability. So let's get started. This is really a very important topic. So the probability problems in genetics are solved by either multiplication rule or by addition rule. What are these rules and where we should apply multiplication rule and where should we apply addition rule? In today's session, we are going to discuss on multiplication rule of probability. I will explain this topic with different examples and in different situations where we can apply multiplication rule of probability and get the answer correctly. In the upcoming video, I'll do on addition rule of probability. So, if you have not subscribed my channel yet, then please do subscribe and press the bell icon so that you will get notification. So, what is multiplication rule of probability? Multiplication rule of probability, it is applied when independent events occurring in a sequence, there we apply multiplication rule. Or you can say that when the two different events result in the same outcome, okay, in that situation multiplication rule of probability is applied. Let's understand this by a couple of examples. For example, flip a coin 3 times, then what is the probability to get head all the 3 times? So in a coin has two sides, one is head and another end is tail. So if you flip a coin, then what is the probability of getting head? Of course it will be 1 upon 2, right? So how many times you will flip the coin? For the 3 times. So all the 3 times the probability of getting head is 1 upon 2, right? There we apply the multiplication rule because here the events that occurs independently, okay? Like once you flip the coin, the head or tail will come. That does not depend on the flipping of second coin, right? That means the flipping of coin here, the events are independent or different events, here more than 2 events, but that results in same outcome. That is all the 3 times you are going to get head, right? At that time you apply the multiplication rule, just multiply all these things, all these, and the answer will be here. The answer for this question is 1 upon 8. Okay, hope I am clear. Let's see some more examples. If we cross capital A, capital A, capital B, capital B, capital C, small c, capital D, small d, capital E, small e, with capital A, small a, capital B, small b, capital C, small c, capital D, small d, capital E, small e, then what is the probability of capital A, capital B, small b, small c, small d, capital E and capital E? Most of all, you will get question like this. This question is really very simple. It's not that difficult as you are thinking about it now. So we will easily solve it, okay? I'll show you. First, we will focus on each gene, like A gene, AA, BB, okay? Then CC, then C, then D, then we will go for the E. If we cross the single gene of both the parents, then we will come to know what is the probability of that gene in offspring. After getting the probability of all the genes in offspring, then we will apply multiplication rule. So here first cross capital A with capital A, small a. Okay, these are the from both the parents. Okay, after crossing we will get capital A, capital A, capital A, capital A, capital A, small a, capital A, small a. So here, what is the probability of capital A, that you can know, right? Because here it is 2 out of 4, or we can say it is half. right? Similar way, we will solve for B. Okay, so in the one parent, it is capital B, and other parent has capital B and small b. Okay, let's cross them. So you can see we'll get capital B, capital B, capital B, capital B, capital B, small b, capital B, small b. So what is the probability of capital B, small b here? It's 2 upon 4, like, right? So it's also have 1 upon 2. Now, capital C, small c with capital C, small c of both the parents. Okay. So what will we get? Capital C, capital C, capital C, small c, capital C, small c, and small c, small c. So here the probability of small c in offspring will be 1 upon 4, because out of 4 we get only 1, that is small c, small c. Just write it down. Now go for the D in similar way. Okay, we cross the capital D, small d with capital D, small d, and we get capital D, capital D, capital D, small d, capital D, small d, and small d, small d. So in the offspring, what is the probability of small d, small d? It is also 1 upon 4, right? So write it down, 1 upon 4. And the last gene of this sequence is E. Okay, so what is the sequence in the parent? It is capital E, small e. And in other parent has same, right? Capital E and small e. Cross them. So in the offspring, we will get capital E, capital E, small e, capital E, small e, and small e, small e. So in the offspring, here it is asking about capital E, capital E. So what is its probability? It is also same, that is 1 upon 4. Okay, so write down, it is also 1 upon 4. So now we have the probability of capital A, capital B, small c, small c, small d, capital E, capital E. So, you know, here these events that occurs independently in a sequence but results in same outcome. That means here we will apply multiplication rule of probability, right? Just apply. Multiply all this, and what will you get? The answer will be 1 upon 256, right? This is really very simple and you can solve it within a minutes. Okay. Let's see some other examples. Like if you are solving the multiplication problem, in the question you will get and is present. Okay, if in the question and is present, then you must sure that this question is going to solve by applying multiplication rule of probability. So how? I will make you understand by example. Let's look into that. We know the multiplication rule is applied when two independent events that result in same outcome. Also, if in the question and is present, then also we can apply multiplication rule. Let's understand it. The couple has 3 children. Out of the 3 children, 2 daughters and then 1 son. You know, here the events are independent. Also the sequence is mentioned, right? Like first they have 2 daughters and then 1 son. Okay. So in the question, just focus on the word and. If and is present, then definitely we will solve this question by applying multiplication rule. Okay. So 2 daughters and then 1 son. So what is the probability of getting daughter? Is of course 1 upon 2, because the couple either will get daughter or son, right? Only the 2 options. So what is the probability of both the daughter and son? That is half for the first daughter. Like for the second daughter is also same. They have first 2 daughter and then they have 1 son. So the probability of son is also 1 upon 2, right? So here the sequence is also mentioned as well as and is there. So we apply the multiplication rule, and by simply multiplying we get our answer, and the answer will be 1 upon 8, right? This is so easy, right? Now we are going to solve another question of multiplication. Let's say a couple has, couple has 7 children, out of which 3 daughters and 4 sons. Okay. If there is and, then of course multiplication rule will be applied. But if we compare this question with previous question, in the previous question the order or the sequence of children was mentioned, right? Like out of 3 children, the couple will have 2 daughters and then 1 son. Okay, that means the sequence is mentioned in the previous question. But here are 7 children and they have 3 daughters and 4 sons. Okay, here you can mark the difference, right? In the previous question, then is present, but here the then is absent. That means we don't know what is the sequence of having 3 daughters and 4 sons. Okay, you will get the different variants. If we solve this type of question by applying the multiplication rule, then there is a chance of mistake, right? So, for solving this type of question, there is a formula. Okay, let's solve this question by putting the formula. What is the formula for this one? The formula is n factorial upon s factorial multiplied by t factorial multiplied by p to the power s and q to the power t. Okay, so here by applying this formula we can solve the questions of probability. Okay, if you don't know the sequence and the number of variants is more, then just apply this formula and you will get your answer. Okay, I will show you how to solve it. N factorial, it represents the total number of events. S, it represents the first event. T is for second event. P is the for probability of first event and Q for probability of second event. So here the total number of event or total number of children is 7. So what is the value of n? It is 7, right? So write down 7 factorial upon or divided by S. S is the first event and first event is 3 daughters. Okay, just put 3 factorial multiplied by second event is 4 son. That means it's 4. So 4 factorial. It is the probability of first event. So the first event is daughter. So what is this probability? It's half, right? Half. And S. S is the first event. So first event is 3. Right? So put 3. Then Q is the probability of second event. Also the probability of getting son is also half. Right? So just put half to the power. And T is the second event. And second event is 4. Okay, write down 4. Okay. Now we will solve it. 7 factorial means 7 into 7 factorial means 7 multiplied 6 multiplied 5 multiplied 4 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 1. Okay. Similarly for 3 factorial, 3 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 1. For 4 factorial, like this, 4 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 1. So what do you get here? 7 multiplied by 5, right? It is 35 multiplied by 1 upon 2 to power q. So what will we get? It's 1 upon 8. Similarly, it's 1 upon 16. Okay. 1 upon 16. So what will be the ratio? It will be 35 upon 128. Look, this is very simple. Let's say if this question, it has mentioned that there are 7 children, 3 daughters and then 4 sons. So here the sequence is mentioned that we know that they will have first 3 daughters, then 4 sons. So here we can directly put the probability of 3 daughters and we know that the probability of daughter and son is half. So just write down for 3 daughters and 4 sons. Then what will be the answer? 1 upon 128. Hope you like this video. Still, if you have any confusion regarding probability of genetics, then please put a comment in the comment section down below. I will get back to you as soon as possible. Please stay tuned. In the upcoming session, I will teach you how to solve probability problems by applying addition rule. There also I will solve one question where we will apply both multiplication and addition rule to make you clear that where the multiplication and addition rule will be applied. Till then, stay connected, keep learning.